Back with another brand video. As you can see behind me, Speed Foil World Champion 2025. Mr. William Hooper. What brand is he on? Patrik International. And we have got Mr. Patrik Diethelm once again.
Hello, mister.
Hello, how are we doing?
Good to see you again.
It's been a long couple of days in the Defy Wind. We haven't had the wind.
Wind makes it long.
Yeah, we haven't had the wind we want, but we have managed to talk to a lot of the brands. There is definitely buzz around speed. I don't know if you've seen it on the channel. We did a really fun chat with your new team rider, which is Vincent Valkner. Fastest man on GPS in the world. Tallest windsurfer in the world. I mean, extremely quick. Again, with that chat, hopefully will be out soon. If it's not, we're going to touch on that.
Why are you looking back there?
Because there's a speed board there, and I
speed now.
I do want to talk speed. I think it's exciting.
Speed talking, huh?
I'm pushing it.
You have the podcast speed with Vincent speed, and now again speed.
Well, as I've said, if we've watched a few videos, people have, Antoine Albo.
Speed is back.
It's gone to, Savern. It's like, oh, that's a brand. You've got, Vincent's come to Patrik. We were just talking before this about how that all came about, and you were just saying he is just such a nice guy. Yeah. The guy is just.
I was shocked.
It is, isn't it? You're used to dealing with windsurfers. You're dealing with
Vincent, but I had a few chats with him. But it's because he was much younger.
Yeah.
And then for a few years, because living in Australia, I kind of lost the contact a bit. And then now, obviously, talking more, and I'm like, but they're so humble. It's crazy.
I mean, one of the few guys to go over 100 k's an hour. That is obviously what everyone is talking about now. Albo's saying over 500 meters, 100k over 500 meters. That seems to be the new. There's the 30 knots, then it's the 40, 35, 40 knots, the 50 knots.
Even with cars, 0 to 100.
Yeah, it's a round number, and that's the one. So, this is your production speedboard.
That's a production speedboard, yeah.
When we're talking Luderitz, are these boys production? Can they go quick on this? Do they need specialist equipment? Where do people stand? Maybe you've got some guys at home. To use a 39 speedboard, you've pretty much got to go to Luderitz. Would you say that?
Yes and no. Depends on your weight. I mean, if you're lighter or if you're young, or for women, they're lighter. They can use 39.
So what production speedboards you do?
I remember, like back when I was, where there was the tour, the speed tour, not Luderitz, but it was Fuerte, Carpathos. No, I was using the 43 wide with the 6.8.
Okay.
So think about it. Now
you need a bit of a run-up.
5.0, 5.6. I mean, you can go tiny. And I made prototypes 30 for David Carell.
Okay.
David Carell. You know David Carell?
David, yes. Sorry, yes. I seen it the other day.
30. And Karen was on 30. Then there was the boy who flew away and went to Africa somewhere in Saint Marie. You know that story?
I don't know that story.
I've
seen the
brand new
Alpha
board. Still. He walked down and it was gnarly. I mean, some gust came in and really hits it,
Yeah.
And it's cold. I mean, it is cold.
Yeah.
With gloves and everything. So he's walking through the and then boom, and he lost it for a second, and he was like, because water till there.
Yeah.
And then the next got the sail just turned around. It was a bit further, and then was up and gone, and it was like oh my.
I've seen a bit of Luderitz doing that.
0 meters on it.
Gone. Are we, just change a little bit, are we ever going to see that speed tour come back? Could that be a possibility?
Man, honestly, I mean, if you look at the Prince of Speed, how many were there? And I talked to him later, and he said he had to close it because there were too many who wanted. And what does people really do? They go fast.
Yeah, I can see
Jibing and everything. It was always like this.
Yeah.
It's about match racing your friend, it's not necessarily about winning like the total event, but if you have your friend, and you can prove to him in the same, and that's one thing. That's another thing is that if someone in the world somewhere goes fast, you're like, yeah, but if I would be there, I would be faster than him.
Yeah.
In those events, you're in Fuerte. And everybody's there, no matter the conditions.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
It's the same place, and you're there, and everybody's there, and this is right. And then you go, and Fuerte is not I mean, it's not like what you expect, like
No,
flat water speed sailing. I remember we have rolling waves coming in,
But
and
they were the
so
ones I liked to watch. Some of the best
It was
speed.
beautiful.
Was it Tarifa? There was
It
some
was so
amazing
good.
stuff from there.
I never did Tarifa. I did.
I saw that in
Namibia,
video,
it
though.
was super flat.
Yeah,
Namibia.
Namibia.
We had Carpentos, which was a 250
Yeah.
meters, and we had to sail between a rock
Yeah.
to get a bit longer run.
But do you think even going to non-speed spots, you know, like just to see who's the
Conditions
fastest?
are the same. You can
Fair
even
point.
actually do on 7/8.
Yeah,
Because who's the
exactly.
fastest on 7/8? You know what I
Well,
mean?
I really want to know. Let me know in the comments. Would that be interesting?
Absolutely.
Because I personally think it would. He thinks it would.
You can do like Silva Plana. Who's the fastest in Silva Plana that day?
Yeah. So let's talk sort of GPS speed stuff, board-wise, because I think it does fit in with the Defy Wind sort of slalom boards you've got. Maybe is that
Yeah,
would
what
that
do you
be?
think?
Well, does that you know as a
Well,
as
the
a,
Defy Wind is more, let's say, it's a speedboard which goes upwind.
yes, okay, that's what I was going to say.
Speedboard is a speedboard going downwind.
Yes.
Because with the Defy, you need to come back, and your
Okay.
time is still running. While the speedboard is just like 500 meters,
Yes.
and then on the way back, you just take.
Because
your
that was the
time.
problem I had. I
Yeah,
got a
upwind
similar
is-
kind of big speedboard, but in the Defy Wind, it's
No.
not great because you don't get
Coming
lift.
back, it's
You
hard.
just don't get lift, and you're
Because
just
depending on the angle, sometimes you have to point back.
Yeah.
10 Ks.
Yeah.
Pointing.
Yeah, it's hard. Trust me, it's hard.
It's really hard.
I was getting
so,
nailed.
So a speedboard, it doesn't jibe so well, the Defy
Yeah.
board. But speed-wise, it's almost scary.
Yeah.
So fast, and then it points, really points.
Which is-
like it comes back.
Is this?
Right there, yeah.
So what sizes have you got in that Defy
So we
Wind?
have 55. I mean,
We're talking whips.
slalom boards we talk with, not
Yeah.
volume. So we have a 55 wide, 59 wide, and a 64 wide,
Okay.
and a 68 or 69 coming.
Which I know you're only talking whips, but I know there's a few people, just to give them a bit of context. Volume-wise, what's that?
So volume, the 55 is 83, 85, then
Okay.
90. So the 59 is 93 volume.
Yeah.
And the 64
103.
is 103. And exactly, it's always 3. 83,
Okay.
93, 103, and the other one will be 113.
Yeah.
The
Because
69.
Like I said, the more I talk about it, the more I'm kind of winding people up. I'm selling myself on this speed tour. Like
You want to do speed?
well, I just think it's.
Eat.
I know.
Eat.
We did have the chat. If you've seen the Vincent Valkner chat, this is probably going to be overlapping that. But we were speaking to Patrik, and he was saying, "Look, what I was saying, what's the main thing we need for speed? What can I do to get faster?" And you're like,
Size.
"Grow, grow, out or up."
Honestly, it sounds bad, but not necessarily strength. Like
Okay.
core strength, yes, but not muscle strength, because you don't want to push it too hard.
Okay.
If you have muscles, what you do, you kind of
Close it.
you should the sail let go, you know, like let it do what it wants to do,
Yeah.
and also the board let it run. If you're like just forcing it,
Yeah.
you forcing too much. So better to have a bit more fat and
Yeah.
not as much strength.
Okay, I can do that. But I can't grow. That is
You need endurance, because
Okay.
more rounds, more laps you do,
the more
the
chance,
bigger the chance is
to get
a
the
good
window.
run. That's the other thing. So if you have 1 hour, I mean back then it was 1 hour,
Yeah.
up and down, up and down. I saw I remember Antoine, and then he was doing around.
He's a machine,
round,
isn't he?
Like crazy. So yeah, round. So you need to be
Fit.
your heart
Yeah.
and your lung needs to be fit, core strength, the rest. Just
And lead,
heavy.
what's your take on lead? Like
That-
extra
that's
weight?
the other thing. If you can't get weight, you put lead on, but you have to float. So that's the
Okay.
rule. So lay down.
And your
a few
buoyancy has to
seconds,
float.
You have to float. You
Okay.
cannot sink, otherwise you're out.
Okay.
So yeah.
So in terms of speedboards, production-wise, what sizes have you got in the speedboards?
So with the production board, we have a 37.
Yeah. Okay. Wow.
Yeah, as well. 39.
Okay.
You might think now, 37, 39 is not a big difference, but
No, trust
the
me, I know.
smaller something is,
Yeah.
the bigger is the difference.
I was saying this to
if you
someone
have
with
a
sales.
140 liter or 150 liter, I mean,
Yeah.
it's so big, and it's 80 wide, 85 wide, 5 centimeters different.
Yeah.
It's a big board.
But it's the same with sales, isn't it? You know, the smaller sail you get.
The
Someone was saying,
smaller-
why have you got a 3-1 and a 3-3 or something? You're
It's
like,
easy to jump from a
Jeez.
7 to a 9,
yeah.
but you cannot really jump from a 6 to a 4. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
yeah, for sure. It's not the same, for sure.
So Yeah, the shape, by the way. First time I went to Luderitz, obviously, I just dug out my old boards.
Yeah.
I had, because I didn't know what to expect. So I had my, from 2005.
F2?
Actually, they had F2 graphic.
Did you? Yeah, yeah.
I sanded it
Because you did have the one with the tubes. Was that you? That was you?
Yeah,
with the like airflow that...
Yeah. But that was before.
Okay.
So I had about a bit new, younger boards.
Okay.
So, but I stripped the graphics down, put the Patrik graphic on, went to Luderitz, of course, test. And the only, I mean, it was right there. I mean, you know, it was like boom. And then I was wondering, like, man, these boards are like 10 years old and nothing has really changed. I mean, it did, because my difficulty was like the first, it's crosswind.
Yeah.
And then it goes down.
Yeah.
While, let's say, Saint-Marie de la Mer, the canal, is so wide, but you start on the leeward side.
Okay,
you just do a quick start, go to the other side. It's just like a 20-meter crosswind.
Okay.
And then you go down. And for me, that would be much easier. But Luderitz is the...
Yeah, it's tricky, isn't it?
Because there's a road and the road, so it's not long enough.
No.
And the kink is a bit a kiter thing, like a slingshot.
Yeah.
Did never really fit to windsurfing, but because of the area, we cannot really make it longer.
Yeah.
If we would have...
It's nearly perfect, isn't it?
50 meters longer,
yeah, in the run up,
we would have the 100Ks already.
Yeah.
And that's it. So what you need is a bit more acceleration in crosswind first to get higher speed at the first camera.
Yeah.
So that's why I had to change a few things, and especially the length, because you have to jump on it to not lose time.
Yeah.
So you basically jump on the board, and when the board is a bit short, it just dig. I mean, so but the general shape was the same, and as you say, I put more volume.
Yeah.
So let's say my old board was from the bottom and this part, so without this extra volume, and he had this extreme S-deck shape. So when you look at the old F2 boards, the Missile, they have this extreme S-deck shape, and they're quite thin and short, which was okay for back then for the speed sailing. But then I made it a little longer. I'm talking 8 cm.
Okay, so relatively
longer. Yeah. The boards I had, they were like 220.
Okay.
Or even shorter, 214 to.
Wow.
Whatever.
Okay.
So I made them longer, just to get the better jump on the board and get planing.
Yeah.
And more volume as well. So this is basically almost like an add-on.
Yeah.
That is the same.
Okay. Yeah, you just beefed it up around the sides.
Beefed it up, exactly. And
just remind people how fast you've been.
52.33 in 2015.
He's quick. Because people say, you know, I don't mean not disrespect you, but there is younger people out there. If people haven't followed it closely, they just see you. This guy is shaping this board. He's done this. They do forget you've been there at the pointy end.
But it's normal. That's life, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, but no.
We also talked about his crash in the other episode, if you haven't seen his crash.
I would love, I know.
I know. Only because it is one of the things I always remember. It's like, there's not many crashes. I've seen a lot over my lifetime, but that one is honestly imprinted. I can still see you spinning out and you just go through the gear.
I still have the GPS one.
Really? How fast were you going?
51.8 to 0. Because the GPS we had, you know, like this old, the blue one. The GT 3 years.
Yeah, I know it one.
And it does the timing every how many seconds or meters, something.
Yeah.
So anyway, the next one was 0 already.
My life. I mean, it's ridiculous.
We're talking like take a car.
Yeah.
Go like 90 something, try to brake.
Yeah, it's impossible.
Imagine the distance.
Man, honestly.
It's like,
but you were like black eyes, nose.
It wasn't that bad. I mean, a black eye.
Cue the video, Alfie. Cue the video. Masked in 4 pieces.
Here was all pieces.
Yeah. Boom,
the sail, you could just go through everything.
But that year, there was a few crashes on the channel, if I remember. Was it Antoine, was he bouncing off the side?
Yeah, he did. He did like 5 crashes.
Yeah.
I had 1.
Well, you did a good.
One, but a good one.
Yeah. Okay, so speed's coming back. Download the Water Speed app because Patrick's just about to download it. He doesn't know what it is at the moment.
No,
So,
I don't know.
No, we're going to get it. We're going to get him one.
Look, I'm not into speed anymore. It's just getting.
But do you still have rivalry with the team riders? Do you still? Do you
I go
have
testing with them.
That's what I was about to say.
When I go testing with them, I think they push it even harder than they normally do. So, it's just so hard on my back because they can't, you know, they don't want the old dude, the shaper,
the boss.
So they are like.
When they're just coming up to contracts, is that when you do a bit more testing? You're like, if I beat you now. No, it's tricky. It's tricky. Oh, you've got a good team as well, young team?
Yeah. It's a good team, good racing team. Yeah, foil, slalom. Yeah, very good speed now. With
are we seeing any new additions? Are we looking around?
This year?
Well, I don't know. You've just got Vincent.
Yeah, but Vincent was kind of we didn't plan Vincent, and
okay.
I think what happened a little bit to his previous sponsor led him to to us.
Yeah.
And it was May. It was just May.
Yeah. I mean, it came out of the blue for me.
If someone comes up in May looking for a sponsor, you're like, sorry, budgets are not really, you know.
Yeah, it's not when you do the budgets, yeah.
And but it's extraordinary, you know what I mean? It's like, because I also heard it's going to be the last Luderitz.
Really?
Yeah, because I heard they want to build a port, and it's.
I have heard something about oil.
Oil, whatever it is, and they're going to
something.
close it up, and which is so sad.
Wow.
I mean, come on, it's always business, right? Always.
Okay.
So, and I felt like, come on. I mean, not just for, but I think for all the brands should be a little bit that's almost the last. I mean, almost the last chance for doing the 100. Because where do you go next?
I was about to say, that was my next question.
Where is the next spot?
That was exactly my next question. Where is it?
I don't know.
Because here, let's be honest, here they have the wind. No, but can't you build a channel here?
You could. Ah, man.
But the birds and the frogs and the newts.
Listen to the, exactly. But Namibia, to fly to Namibia, to do the drive.
But here.
Take all the gear. Here, this is Europe. And windsurfing, main market, this is Europe, right?
Surely someone.
That canal would be booked out all year long. And that would be actually a money-making machine.
But why can't you do that?
Because the port brings in more money.
Yeah, but someone let me know, because
oil brings in more money.
There's a lot of spare land around here, isn't
there? There will be by the way, someone in Luderitz, you know, like I met some, they do the bird watching and then all this whatever. And I met one, and then at first it's like, this is a natural reserve. You know, there are the eggs and this, and there are certain birds that do something, they put it in the sand, or I don't remember what. And when you dig, you basically kill them. But what happened? Because of the water, because of the channel,
more stuff comes.
No, other stuff came, and new nature, whatever came up, and they actually like it. So I'm thinking, like, why can we not dig here?
Well, it's not like you're putting concrete in, are you? You're not doing concrete in, you're not doing anything else. You're just digging a hole.
Especially we are not then using boats and oil and jet skis. It's just natural. This is just, you know.
Yes, I heard even like somewhere up the road here they were closing car parks and stuff. And I mean, again, I don't know all the details,
you know what
but
it is?
I don't actually.
Yeah. Somewhere else, again, they're building.
Okay.
And basically how do you say
the wind turbines or something?
No, the community, whatever they said, you can build here, but we need to close up somewhere else.
Okay.
So who needs to bleed? Poor windsurfers.
So where else is there? Is there anywhere just random, middle of nowhere? Have you heard?
I think Björn,
Oman?
you should talk to Björn. No, you should talk to Björn. I heard somewhere, South America.
Okay.
Long time ago, Björn went there and had a test trial windsurfing there. But at the end, I think it was the crime rate.
Okay.
Nuts.
I heard there's a lake somewhere over in whatever.
I think this is Vietnam. No, this is what Finian was investigating or something. So I have a chat with Finian and Björn.
Podcast with Finian coming up.
But Luderitz so far was the one.
Yeah.
I mean, is the
one. I mean, it is the one.
This year still, so next year I'm not sure.
Yeah, like you say, if that chapter closes.
I want to go again one more time.
I was going to say, do you get, what about Karen as well?
No, Karen actually is not.
No, she's not bothered.
She has 29 world champion titles.
Yeah, she's done her thing, isn't she?
And I'm like, why not one more? Why not, like 30?
Yeah.
And she's like, nah.
But you feel you could still want to unfinished business?
kind of unfinished business because when we were there, we had this wall. You know what I mean? It was all the sand. There was up inside, and literally, I mean, the wall was like
it was
a
high.
meter.
I saw the videos,
Like, it was
pictures.
massive, and then we started trying to change the shape and dig around, and it was never. And it was choppy, man, very choppy. And then when the organizer changed, and the first few years, like they did less work.
Yeah.
And it became a bit natural.
Yeah.
But because it was not a straight.
I saw some video.
It was like going in and out, but that's actually not bad because the chop
it doesn't build up.
Doesn't build up because it goes wider and it dies off.
Yeah, okay.
And of course it rebuilds a bit, but you have those. And then the only thing they had to do is basically put markings to know where to go.
Yeah.
With the sand. And Heidi was there, said Patrik, and she said, Patrik, if you would be there, you would be just like.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking like. I did a 52.33 in like gnarly conditions. So if I would have been there, you know.
Yeah.
And now I'm in 5th. There I was in 2nd.
Yes.
I mean, Antoine is just, I'm a shaver, you know, and Antoine is just another guy.
He's a machine.
I'm honest.
But with you getting back into it, I mean, not that you've ever been away from it, but I guess with Vincent, you know, he's a younger rider. You're going to take him a bit under your wing. Yeah. But you're going to start doing that, and I'm sure that's going to fire you up.
But you see, just
you know, like
third,
if it starts
they
getting
would be
quicker.
happy. So, first Vincent, second Antoine, and me third. I would be happy with that.
Okay.
But there are some other riders in front of me now because I wasn't there. So you know, like as I said before, Fuerte. Could be everybody there, same conditions, but I wasn't there. So I have a little bit the feeling like I could have done better than them.
Yeah.
And especially, I'm a speed sailor, and I've never had one competition on my gear.
Okay.
Full gear. I had my boards.
Yeah, because you never had your sails
back then. I never
back
had my sails, so now I have everything, and it will be full Patrik.
He's coming back.
Me.
He's coming back. I can hear it.
That will be like. Look at me, dude.
He's coming back.
Look at me.
He's coming back. I can see it in his head.
Nowhere. And I tell you what. I was ready. I was ready to die. And now.
And you nearly did. After that
I'm like waking up in the morning, this and that, and just sailing the first 2 days here with Alex. I'm like, oh man, I cannot even imagine with all the weight and easing up and down and the car and the starts and the.
So you're gonna have.
When you get older, it's just like.
I don't know what you're on about. No, you're gonna have to live it through Vincent. That's it. That's it. Yeah.
That's why even more. I was like, Vincent, at least one guy on all the Patrik gear, you know, like Heidi.
Yeah.
And he has a way bigger chance than me to do the 100.
Yeah.
Because for me, it's not any. You know, I think it's not anymore right now. It's a 53.6 or 7 or 8 or whatever. Yeah. It's really the 100.
Yeah, the 100 is the one.
The 100.
It's like all those barriers that we had. Like I said earlier, 30, 35, 40, 45. Do you know all the record holders? 30? Fred Hayward?
Oh, jeez.
Was it? Was it Fred
Pascal
Hayward?
Marca is
Pascal 35 or 40?
40.
Was it Eric Beale 35? Wasn't it?
When was Eric Beale?
There was some level. Thierry Bilac. I remember Thierry.
Who did the 50 first?
Bringdale.
Yes.
Yeah.
But you know what I find that's not okay? Normally.
He got beat the same day though, didn't he? That was the annoying thing.
But it's still a record.
Yeah, I agree.
It's not written anywhere. Do you know how many more people did records not written?
There's probably quite a few.
Do you know actually the first one who did beat the old record of Antoine was actually Cedric Board.
Was it? Yes.
Yes.
Yes, but he didn't do 50.
Exactly.
Yes.
He was 49 something.
Yes.
So he should be actually written down as a world record holder.
Yeah. Because it all happened in the same day.
Exactly. But not at the same time.
Yes.
Because one run is first.
Yeah.
If you do a 100-meter run, the guy does a new record, and then a few minutes later another one does. It's still 2 records.
I can't remember. We were talking to.
So it was Cedric.
Yeah.
Then I am actually the last one under 50.
Okay.
So I have 49 point something very high. So I'm the last one under 50, the record.
Yeah.
I'm also not written.
Okay.
And then it was Anders being the first over 50.
Yeah.
So he should have the world record as well.
But it was like minutes, wasn't it? It was like a couple of
sure,
runs.
Like,
that's what I'm saying. No, but I think we were speaking to Bringdale.
Officially, it should be there. However, and then of course Antoine.
Yeah.
And no. It was Antoine, but then someone, I think Anders beat it again, and then even said or me or whatever, you know, we were like,
and
in the end it was the final was Antoine.
Yeah.
And it was the only one written down. This is life.
Yeah. Well, I'm getting excited for Speed. We're going to bring back the Speed World Tour. I mean, Prince of Speed, he's doing his bit.
I think it's nice.
He's doing his bit, but I would like to see different
some
spots.
Age group. I will come back.
Age group, height group.
Hey, in Windsurfer LT, the age group brought many people back.
Yeah,
into
and the weight group.
What do we want when you organize event? What do you want? You want people coming, right?
Yeah, yeah, I totally.
You do age group? I will be back. Seriously, I would.
Patrick's back.
Age group.
Right.
And then weight group and a hair color group. And then so everybody's a winner.
Leg length group.
Yes.
Patrick, always a pleasure. That's it for the Defy Wind. I don't know if you're going to watch any more brand videos. I don't know where we're going to put this in the list, but stay tuned to the channel. There's more coming. Did you like that video? I hope so, but if you did, plenty more videos. Did you miss this one? You probably missed that one. Or did you miss this one? Yeah, I thought so. Well, you probably haven't subscribed if you missed it, so subscribe to the channel. And if you do like what we're doing, you can chip in some beers over here. Thanks for the support.